Alrighty, we are back for episode 40 of Kenshi 101. And today, I have fixed the bug where someone was stuck over in the drowned ruins by resetting and figured out the reset feature works wherever the camera was pointed on that save. So because it was pointed where the broken characters were stuck, it reset there. And then like half the squad got all the robots and anyone who couldn't swim, who was on the bottom of the water, they all got stuck too. So then I reloaded to the not to the end of episode 39. Came over here to one of the guys who was stuck over here, saves the game, reloaded that save that I just made, and then reset it all, and then boom, everyone's over here now. So no longer stuck. Time to continue. Alright, so these guys are all pretty healthy. These guys are mostly pretty healthy. We got some people hurt, but nothing too horrible. I believe we don't have any captives other than the guy we want to turn into the Empire. Alright? We should still have the guy we want to turn into the Empire. I think he's on Hammett? Yes. So the Gorillo Bandit. Was still beat up from the last time we dropped him, and then he was like, oh, I'm gonna fight you all. Alright, so, inventory-wise, we're pretty empty. We don't have that much stuff for the loot because we all sold it to the king. The armor king. These guys are pretty good, so what we need to do now is probably go raid Okran's Sealed. I'm thinking if we raid Okran's Sealed, we can get through quickly to go over to, like, Heng or something. And then have one person who's fast run into the prison carrying that guy, put him in the prison, and then run away. So, before the guards can get involved or anything. And then they just outrun the guards. That's my plan. Is to have someone who can just literally, outrun everyone at like 37 miles an hour. Just book it. Or, let's see, who else do I have that's really fast? You can go, what is it, 31? You can go 31. You can go 37. Anyone faster? 34. That's pretty good. Pretty good with both your legs still. Anywho. So, I wasn't sure about filming an episode today. Lots of crazy stuff going on. But something happened. I figured, okay, that'll make a good thing to talk about. One of my swords broke, kind of. It was probably broken for a long time. It just finally revealed that it was broken to me. I have okay, this is hard to describe because it's not like an official model or anything. So, it's from Guatemala, kind of. It's definitely made in France, exported to Guatemala, and it has the Guatemalan, that thing that's like their emblem or whatever they put on like a ton of stuff, like their money and their flag and whatever. It's like 1821 Libertad de whatever. Um, it's basically their version of like the U.S.'s 1796, and the Declaration of Independence. They put it on everything, and it's like a piece of paper with some stuff written on it, and then like a reef thing around it, and there's like a bird or whatever. So it's got that on the hilt, and it's based off of the French Chasseur's saber, officer's saber. And the chasseurs or whatever, it means chaser or hunter. And they were sort of a elite infantry / light cavalry whose job was to chase, to give hunt to the enemy. And they were like this super fast, quick moving force that was basically the French version of the Blitzkrieg before the Blitzkrieg, that probably inspired the Blitzkrieg when you think about it. And the idea of it was to travel very quickly, to get behind enemy lines and cause chaos and mess up their formations and do all this other stuff and like give chase to the enemy. and get them to, like when they're routing, they're the guys they send after the routing enemy to, do as much damage as they can. They were like super elite infantry, right? They weren't like the best of the best of the best cavalry wise. They weren't like way up there with like some of the heavier, super cavalries. But they weren't meant to be. They weren't meant to be super heavy. They weren't meant to be like the best brawlers. They were meant to be super fast, strike force. Get in, hit, get out. Good for flanking, good for going behind their lines and attacking, various important targets. Good for basically being this somewhat independent unit that you can send to go do something and have like good commanders on it who can like continue to act on their own, essentially, behind enemy lines, take out, mission critical tasks like enemy, artillery, or go after generals, or when the enemy routes to chase them down. Important stuff. So this is based off the Chasseur Saber. They had a couple of sabers. This was based off one with, I think, came around the 1820s to 30s. It, I believe it's based off the 1837 Navy Saber. And it definitely came before the 45. I'm not 100% sure if it came first or the 37 came first. It's either could be possible. And anywho, so this one probably dates to around 1850 to 70, maybe 80. It's got a 1853 Navy Saber blade on it. I have an 1853 blade, Navy Saber. So very similar to 1837. The main difference is the blade, and the blade is more like a French 1845/55 on infantry blade, where it's got two main fullers, and it's single edge, and you can stab with it, you can cut with it. I'm gonna send you over here with your reins. Okay, good. Anyway, so it can do some interesting things. It's pretty decent. It's not the greatest. It's not as thick as the infantry saber, which is one of my main problems with it. Is I don't like how thick it isn't. Really, I wish it was thicker. I feel like it could be a much heavier saber, and that would make it a better saber because it is very, very light, and it doesn't feel like it could cut very well. But I've never cut with it. It's an antique, um, and I don't cut with my antiques. Like I could see maybe if I had something like uh, the U.S. model 1902. It's super mass produced. There's a ton of them. There's a ton of like fairly modern ones from like this still the model saber of the U.S. Not this army, but like all officers uh, can use it. It's not used by the Navy. It's not used by the Marines, and it's not used by the Army. What do they call them? The priest, pastor people. Chaplain. It's not used by the chaplains, but it's used by everyone else. And I'm going to stand right over here a little bit out of sight. I have green up here ready to shoot whoever needs to shoot. Alright. So something like that. Like I could see using one of those if it's like not too old. Because you know what? There are literally millions of them. Because every single U.S. Army officer between 1902 and now has had one of those. All of them, 100%. And we've had, a couple World War Wars during that period, right? And that's literally millions, literally. They're not that rare anymore. Um, and some of them are like, a year old. Some of them are a couple years old. But, you know what I mean? None of them are like too old, and you can look up the manufacturer of that individual blade, figure out who made it, figure out how old it is, and be like, well, this one's from, post Cold War Germany, and it's not stainless steel yet, because eventually they did go stainless steel. It's regrettable. Why would you do that? Why? Why? But they did, unfortunately. Which, I mean, there are pros and cons. Pros of if you never plan to ever use it under any circumstance, going stainless steel means less work to keep it from rusting, especially if your officers have no fucking idea how to keep it from rusting. So there's that. But that also means it's completely unusable under any and all circumstances forever. So you're just creating something that can never be used. Seems like, why would you do that when you have something that can be used and you're like, no, I don't want to use it. What? What? So completely alien to my reasoning. That's not gonna fit. Alright. So the big problem with stainless steel is it's weak. It's very weak. It cannot be hardened unless you do the crazy Japanese process that they invented shortly before World War II, for the Gunto project to make the Navy Guntos, and they were like, we want a Gunto, but we want a Gunto that is stainless steel, so it won't rust as easily, but we want to be able to actually use it. And so they found a way to do it. It was kind of hard. And apparently the process was like toxic. Like if you breathed in the gas while they were doing it, you'd just fucking die. So no one else ever did this. Like they were the only ones. Just Japan, just for that one sword model, and nobody else ever. It's like, so every time I talk about how stainless steel is horrible, I feel like, well, there's gonna be that one guy who knows about this super obscure thing and be like, well, actually. So yeah, there is that well actually, but it's super, niche edge case, not really relevant. Uh Anywho. So now there you go. There's that super obscure. Now you can tell your friends about the one and only stainless steel sword that you can actually cut with. Maybe. I've never actually cut with one. I hear you can cut with it. I hear the trials were good. I've never seen any evidence. I don't know anyone who's ever cut with one because they're antiques and they're extremely valuable antiques. As far as antiques go from that period, like you have a World War II era U.S. sword. People are like, it's a 1902. It's millions of 1902s, whatever. Like $100, maybe $200, maybe 300 or 400 if it's like a really nice one. All right, maybe, probably not. If it belongs to an officer who actually did something kind of cool, you can get more money for it. But as if, like, sure, it's technically possible, but that's not gonna happen, probably. Probably. Dump? No. What's the problem? What is the problem? I need to put it here, I guess, and find a way to make this all fit. Thinking like that. And then dump, dump, dump. No. Okay. So I think Jolteon has food. Clarion has meds. I can give you some good meds. Some of the better meds at least. Alright. Umbreon has weapons, right? And armor. Glaceon has nothing. So, Glaceon it is. And while I'm here, dump this. Okay. And while you're here, green, shoot them. Yeah, he going down. Oof. Deep is the strongest. So, anywho. This sword, which does not have a model number as far as I know, is extremely obscure. I've never seen another one like it ever. It is very similar. So there was a couple swords I've seen that were imported to Guatemala from France and from Britain. I haven't seen any other imports. I haven't seen any German imports, which is one of the other things you see a lot of. You see lots from this period, 19th century, you see a lot of France because the whole Napoleon thing, right? Napoleon, he took over practically all of Europe, like literally all of Europe except Britain and Russia were either directly under his control or were his allies. And some of them were like, I choose to be your allies, like Spain. Well, I have to say, I don't know exactly what's going on with the Spain thing. Napoleonic history is not my specialty. I know that Spain was their ally. I just don't know exactly how willing they were to be that ally. It might have been some like, oh, so and so had to be their ally because they were afraid of this guy or that guy. Not let Green shoot him. Yeah. Okay, he has a sword still. Chad, you're doing 54 with that hit? 44? That's a nice hit. That's a good job. Alright. Now, come over to Glaze Embers. Anywho, pretty rare. Never seen anyone like it. The closest I've seen is a Front 18 45-55, so infantry, right? Not as fancy. It's not like the super fancy, specialty, you know, Cheshires. The standard infantry with the Guatemalan crest, the September 1821, yada yada. I think it's in French. Is that in French? I don't remember. It's not in English. And beyond that, I'm just like, up, I throw into Google Translate, it tells me what it says. And I'm like, oh. I look it up and it's like, oh, it's the day of their independence. It's like, okay, yay. Not Guatemalan. And so good for them, but I don't, I'm not that into that. It's sort of like May Day. If you're not communist, you don't, like May, whatever it is like, who cares? It's not a holiday. Or like 4th of July. If you're not an American, you're like, whatever. It's anywho. It's fine. It's so they're wiped out. There's a lot of patrols around here. They took out 2 patrols. And I think I remember seeing 3. I don't know where the other one went. Alright. So, we got a couple things we can do. Wait, what? Oh no, they're going after a robot. They're seriously going after a robot. So, one thing you can do is put people on those. Yeah, it's like, there's a tech hunter robot here, and they're just like, no, we must kill you. Okay. There was a guy who was here. I'm thinking, let's come right here, and let's send, let's see, who is good at turns? So we're looking at who is good at turns. We're looking at like good. So green, Cloud ain't bad. Man turret. Pseudo. You. You. It's like all of these guys. Not all of them, but a lot of these guys are decent at manning turrets. So here's the plan. They have these turrets up here. We're just gonna walk in here and steal them, and use them to wipe them out. Because we can. And we're gonna be better at this than they are. 1, 2, 3, whatever. Okay, so some of these guys are also really good at turns. Anywho, I'm gonna send you up here, and I'm gonna send a couple of these guys. And then the rest of the guys will stay over here. So that'll keep them off the walls. That'll have our people on these turrets, and those turn people can fuck these guys up. And they will then be forced to fight these guys to get to the people on the turrets, who will then kill the fuck out of them. That's the plan, at least. I'm forcing them into a kill zone. So there was one guy up here. I don't know where he went. I remember seeing like one guy who was running up here. Now I'm slightly curious. Where the fuck did that one guy go? Did one of you kill him? Did he go elsewhere? I don't know. You should have hold on. So these guys will fuck these guys up. These guys will shoot these motherfuckers. Alright. He is... Oh, wait. Okay, who am I gonna send? Looking Glass. You're a fast boy. Do you have a big backpack? You do. First, grab the fragment axe. Second, we need to find that robot. That's a different robot. Where is the robot we're looking for? He's not in the jail cells up here. We want to make sure the robot doesn't fucking die. Where did they put him? They had to have taken him. That's not him. Ah, fuck. Do I want to... Wait. That's him. Who is this? A tech hunter. You know what? Take a second. Grab. Sure, grab this too. Ah, it's Mark II. Alright, come up here. Grab. I think all I have to do is just wait for you to fuck up and then go repair forward. Hello. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He repaired yet? No. Took him enough time. Took them quite a while to figure out, oh wait, we're under attack. Wait a minute. Meanwhile, the fucking tech hunter was running everywhere. Treating this place like a fucking normal town. While my boys just fucking shoot everyone. I don't want that now. Sure. You don't have a lot of inventory space. You don't have a lot of inventory space. You don't have a lot of inventory space. You do. Perfect. Alright. I think I just misclicked there, and that is not good. So I click literally everyone. I said, I fucking click literally everyone. Alright, so we want to go here. Alright. Want 3 of you here. 3 of you here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Green probably up here somewhere. Alright. Then robots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That. Not good at turns. You're good at turns. That. Oh, wait. And then you 5 can be the advanced squad to go kill that fucking inquisitor. Fuck him. Who is getting attacked? Okay, that is Foreign also getting beat up again. Why are you not helping him, Taco? Anywho, so, anyway, back to the crazy sword. I think crazy. The one of a kind, as far as I know, sword. It's pretty cool looking. It's pretty unique. It has one big aesthetic flaw in that the September whatever part is slightly what's the word? What is word? Worn, where you can read it, but you can't read all of it very well. Like some of those parts are harder to read, and some of the parts are like easy to read, and that's just that happens, like wear and tear. Although this is probably wear and tear created by the sword being in a position where it got rubbed in that area a lot. So like how it was worn or how it was stored. Like maybe they put it in a what do you call it? A one of those things you put all the fuck for it. I never use them. Things that keep the rain off you. I literally haven't. I don't even have one. I haven't used one in like I don't even know 20, 30 years. Fuck. Completely blanking here. Anywho, umbrella. That's the word I'm looking for. Umbrella. I've literally not used an umbrella in like forever. So umbrellas. So maybe within an umbrella stand, and somebody kept rubbing, the umbrellas or whatever, kept rubbing against it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And over a long period of time, all of that rubbing of umbrellas was enough to cause problems. That's a possibility. He has been stripped. He is dying, and we need to repair him. And actually, we want to keep him. He's a keeper. Pick up. Ooh, not you. Do you have a big enough? No. Cat, bombing. We're going to take his sword, and we're going to take this, because we cannot trust him. And then we're all going to repair the robot. So, this guy will be a nice recruit. He is going to bleed to death. So, this has gone like clockwork. Ooh, an iron spider. I don't know why it's red. He's our ally. Why the fuck don't we get along very, very well with attack hunters? Yeah. Okay, almost perfectly. I just healed some of them. I'm not sure why it's red. Shouldn't be red. Anywho. First aid. Repairs. It's alright. Just gonna stand and watch you bleed. But it's alright. It's alright, man. It'll be okay. Oh, fuck. Hey, boy. Hold is off. You need to die. Looks like some of you are already dying. Oof. Damn. Is that a hit, though? You hit all of us. I'm impressed. Apparently you have a friend. Oh, in front of a crossbow. Hello. Okay. We got one good hit on him. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh. You got a buddy right next to you just dying. Do you even have a backpack? You do. Okay. So, we're gonna take his shit. And then we're gonna run over here. And run back this way. Good, good, good. It already went down. Looks like there's nobody on this wall. As long as that guy's not on the crossbow thing, I don't really care what he's doing. Although, I do kind of want these guys all together. I don't like them all over the place. Like this. Let's see if I even... Really? You took out Birmingham? First aid him. You fuck. Come back. So he's the one I took this stuff from. Like, it's very basic. You surround him, hit him from multiple angles. Super basic. Oh, we do want that. Not him, him. Alright. Heal each other. Half of you are fucking barely up. Anywho. So, I have this cool sword, and I took it off the wall today to get a better look at it, because I wanted to take a photo. Not entirely sure why that's red, but okay. I saw something blue. Okay, it's the legs. We don't care about the legs. I think they were running around to heal the people we were in the process of murdering. I'm not exactly happy about, but I don't think I'll kill them over it. I'm just, not happy about it. They can run around in circles if they like. Alright, you guys done healing? Grab you. Yeah. Alright. So, net S8 is pretty full. Echo has a big backpack. TFP. You need to trade with net S8s. Anywho. So, pretty cool. I'm happy about it. And it has this problem. The backstrap fell off. So, how this works. You look at a sword, you look at an antique sword, you look at antique sabers. Normally the hilt isn't one piece. Normally the hilt is a number of pieces. You have a grip, which is normally a piece. You have the guard, which is usually, well, because of the design, but a lot of times the guard is one piece. You have another piece called a backstrap, which some swords have, some swords don't. If they don't have a backstrap, then they have a pommel. That is usually a separate piece, because it's very difficult to make the pommel as part of the hilt, unless literally everything is with one. Yeah, it says, oh, it's the water tower. You can loot the water tower? News to me. Okay. So Birmingham needs to go on over here and needs to go on hold once he gets there. He is fucked up. He just glitched to somewhere? Where'd he go? I don't even know. I think he glitched off the wall. So the crossbows you keep hearing is my guys shooting them as they try to get up. Which is why they have consistently not been getting up. Anywho, so the backstrap is part of the pommel, usually, in a lot of sabers, and in my case, it is part of the pommel, but it is also part of the grip. So the way it works is you have sometimes this is built in to the hilt, and sometimes it's not. But a lot of times you'll have a piece called a bolster, and it's a little round section that is sort of like, think of it like a nut, and it goes around the grip, and it goes around the back strap, and then it connects to the hilt listed above it. And what that does is it gives you a flat surface to touch the guard, and that flat surface touching the guard allows you to have the pressure even, so you don't have too much pressure on like one side of the grip or the other side of the grip. It's all equally distributed, and also it prevents the splitting of the grip material, as well as keeps the back strap in that metal bit. So it sort of all keeps it together, and all keeps it like a tight fit, and all keeps the pressure pretty equal, so you don't get hit with the sword at some point or the guard at some point and get all the pressure on like one side, which creates a stress point, which increases the chance of something breaking. And it all has to hit everything equally. It has to be enough force to actually crush the material, which means it takes more energy to cause something to fail, which means it basically never happens unless you have like a stupid amount of energy. But that's super rare. That's not gonna happen. So that's part of the design. Then you have, besides the bolster, you have the back strap. And what the back strap does, it allows you to connect the pommel to the bolster and the guard, right? And by doing this, you can reduce the amount of stress put on the grip. So what they found is on some of, like, say, a French model 1822. It's a Calvary Saber, pretty famous. The US 1840/1860 is based off of it. So if you know what a US wristbreaker, like what we used in the Civil War, then that's basically what it is. It's very difficult to tell the difference between the two. Sometimes impossible to tell for sure if all the markings are gone and they're in bad condition. So very like strikingly similar, almost like, oh, I don't know, we completely copied it. Okay, we want to come over here. Um, where is Echo going? He's going as a medic to somebody. I'll just let him be a medic for a bit. So, um, so something they found is when you have a pommel that's not connected to the hilt, and you have a wood or horn or bone or whatever grip, you have a tang that's connected to the pommel and a tang connected to the hilt. But in between the pommel and the hilt is just the grip material. And there's no metal in that grip material because, metal's heavy. And if you have an all metal grip, you can have problems. And then have a lot of like hybrid designs uh, to try to solve these problems. Uh, let's see. Who is going to take this stuff? Probably you. Alright. Trade. Shoot him, Sad Neil. Anywho. So they found out there was a lot of failure of the hilt sometimes because it would take too much energy and it would break. And they figured out, okay, if we use a back strap, then it's between the grip. In order for it to break, it needs to break the metal bit, which is not 100% like the back strap's metal, but the grip itself is wood or horn. So Usually. Have I ever seen it? I've seen silver, but I think it's silver that is not 100% solid. Not like a plating, but like there's like some empty space in there, and that like you have like think like a paper toilet roll, and then you surround it with stuff, but it's hollow on the inside, so that way it could go over. It would fit. You get it to fit with like all the pieces and stay in place. Okay, you trade with Glazen. I've seen silver like that, but I don't think it was 100% solid on the inside. You have the tang running through and the tang pressing the silver on either side, and that was probably not solid. Because if it was solid, it'd be very heavy, and I didn't, get to grab the extremely expensive rare silver antique officer's saber and swing it around and see how it felt. So I don't know, maybe, maybe not, but it makes sense I think for it to not be solid because wait, um, it's not quite as heavy as steel, but it's close. And I do have a few solid steel grips, and I don't like them. I have like a Bilbo, and like looking at the Bilbo, I love it, and then feeling it in my hand, I'm like, no, it's so heavy. It's over 2 pounds, and it's a single-handed sword, and the weight is like distribution is horrible, and it's like it is extremely like uncomfortable because there's so much inertia that when you start to swing it, it wants to keep going, and it's the weight distribution is not good. It feels like I'm swinging a crowbar, really, which is like tragic, tragic. Like it is so beautiful, and it's such a nice sword. And I just wish that it handled well. I wish they did the hilt differently to make it lighter. They could have changed the grip, and also the one I have was probably never used. It's not sharp. It doesn't. I don't think it's ever been sharpened, and so it's got quite a bit of a thick, uh, dull edge. And the purpose of that is when they give it to the officer for the first time, they're like in training, they get their first sword. So they wanted to have it for a while and learn how to like have the sword and get over there. Like I have a new sword, I want to go get a sword fight with my friends or whatever. And period. And not get into a sword fight with a real sharp sword, and they would sharpen it before they went on campaign or active duty or whatever, into a situation where they'd expect to actually use it. Why are you not? Yeah. He just got stuck on this bit of terrain. Anywho. Uh, so, it doesn't look like it's ever been sharpened, which, it's number 49. I think 49? I think it's 49, like, ever. So, like, it's the 49th of that model. And it's dated the year after the model came out, which is like, what year? It was 1848, so it's dated 1849. I think it's, well, maybe I'm misremembering that. Was it? I don't want to dig it up and like look. Let's play the game. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's it's a low enough model number that it's like basically impossible that like it's still being used by the Royal Guard. So like it's basically impossible that it spent what like 1849 to modern day, and eventually it somehow made its way out because probably somebody had it as their service weapon, and then they left the service and they kept the sword, which happens all the time. Uh, that's how they normally, get out into public hands, and that person eventually dies, and their kids or grandkids or whatever eventually get it, and And they're like, maybe they keep it, maybe they don't. And if they do keep it, well, will the kids keep it? Will the kids keep it? At some point, a generation so far removed, they don't even know whose sword it was originally, and they're like, whatever. Like, some ancestor of mine at some point had this, and I don't know who it is, and it's been so long, and we didn't keep track. We don't know. But they don't, they're not like super into it. It's just been a thing that's been in their house for all of their life. And they're not that into it. And then they sell it to whoever, and eventually it makes its way into the market. And then people like me get their hands on it and are extremely excited because, like, holy shit, it's a Halberdier Royal Guard sword from 1849. So, very exciting. Unfortunately, it does not handle very well. I think that if you sharpen the blade, it would handle much better because there's a lot of extra math on that blade, and this just putting an edge on it would remove like a lot of blade weight, like maybe 10-20% of the blade weight, and like that would be that's like that might not sound like a lot, but that's a lot. And that combined with because it's like the dull bit of the edge is like at least an eighth of an inch thick. It's not nothing. These are the cloud ninjas. Do we want to shoot the cloud ninjas? I think no. Cloud ninjas. Are they hostile? No. Anywho. So, getting distracted. Cool sword. If they did the hilt, they did especially the grip part. If they made the grip lighter, and I think the grip lighter plus sharpening it would be enough, where it'd be feel like completely different, and it'd be heavy but not too heavy. To the point where you can move it around fairly quickly. It's still like fast. But it could still deliver a very good cut or thrust, and be usable. But the grip is completely solid steel, and it's beautiful. Looks amazing. Like I love how it looks. I love the design of it. Feel of it though is just like, oof. I can't use this. I don't like it. Okay, so Cloud Ninja is fucking up a mercenary. Well, that's sucks to be him then. Um, but that also sounds like not my problem. And you guys don't have weapons. Anywho, so backstrap, it helps reduce a lot of the pressure on the grip material, allowing you to use a lighter material like wood for the grip, so you can reduce weight and then have a metal backstrap that's pretty thin and curved a bit to give it sort of like an I-beam effect. And all of a sudden, because then it has to bend in multiple like dimensions, and some, like if you have like a sheet of metal, it bends really well in one way and doesn't bend at all in the other way. When you put that at an angle and try to bend it in any direction, it's gonna be much harder to bend, unless it can unbend to bend. If that makes sense. Words are hard. Anywho, so pretty cool sword. Anyway, so it's got a backstrap. Backstrap is part of the pommel. You have the blade with, and the part that you can't see is called the tang, that goes through the hilt, through the the round circle bit is called the bolster, which is the little metal bit in between the hilt and the grip. Got a grip, got a back strap on the grip that's going into the bolster, and also is the pommel at the end of the back strap. And the tang is pinned into the pommel. What that means is basically imagine you have the head of a nail, and you put the head of a nail through a hole, and then you hammer the tip of the nail until it's basically like a mushroom, right? Till basically you squish it, and then you end up with like this mushroom thing. And that mushroom bit of the tip now can't go back through the hole because it's now wider than the hole, or wider than the diameter of the nail. Assuming, of course, you don't push the nail back. But yeah, we figured that out with vices. So, peening, right? I know it sounds weird. It's basically a rivet. Same thing as rivets. Same idea as rivets, at least. So you peen the pommel, and you peen the tang into the pommel. That's how you get everything to work. That's a Holy Nath doctor, and he's gonna fucking die. He's missing a leg, and oh, he's already dead. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay. So, we need people to go building the building. You're on the list. You're fucked up. You're on my list. Exploratory division. I need to be somewhat strong. We might run into an inquisitor or 2 or 5. So we need some degree of numbers. So you guys should go back to being on hold. I do not want you on block. You guys, not on hold. Whoa. Oh, it's a broken skeleton. Yeah, right. Glacian, run away. Get healed. Oof. He just got shot in the back. Okay, come over here. Go on hold. Heal each other. Yeah, I want to let the archers take that out. I do not want to fight one of those things. Okay. Who will carry him? Beep, beep. Pick up. Shooting somebody. Anywho, using their own defenses against them is great. I highly recommend it because this place is not super well defended. Like, really, because there are people divided between 2 different areas. It is very easy to just rush past them, get somewhere you're not supposed to get, and oh look, now I can shoot at them with their own stuff and wipe them out. All of them. Something, I hate that. Gets everywhere. I could do that. And then do that. I don't know what the point of this is, other than maybe making space. Not here. but hmm. Well, still won't fit. Not that it really. Well, oh, that is enough. Okay. Apparently I'm a genius. Chad, come back over here, be part of this group of guards. And, who's... Okay. You three will guard these guys. Alrighty. Nobody in here. Great. What is this? I think this is their main building. And one of them is a shop. Yeah, so this is the main, like, oh, fuck. Okay. So that's Valentia, the High Inquisitor we have to actually worry about. We're all gonna run away. And we're going to now keep running away, and hopefully our people will shoot at them. Tackle. Ooh. You know what? I'm a little bit worried. Unhold. Fuck them up. I saw him do a lot of damage. Oof. Okay, make directory is down with a chest hit. Okay. You don't have enough inventory. How about host name? Nope. Looking glass. Nice. It's Walker 3. It's Walker 3. Okay, we need to kidnap him. He will be okay. There's a lot of them out here on the ground, and they're like, we'll go fuck them up. Why not? That one's been down for a while. Wasn't there a paladin that made it up here too? Guess not. Thought there was. Anywho. So, backstrap is also the pommel on my Guatemalan sword. And that is connected by a tang and it's peen. So the tang peen was basically not peened at this point. So one of two things happened. My theory is either A, Iron Spider versus, oof, you're fucked. So the Cloud Ninjas got fucked. Iron Spider just took out everyone. But you know what? That's okay. You people were complaining about me. To my face. Rude. Oh look, another broken skeleton. I think I like this place. Everywhere I look, there's like broken skeletons. Alright, also, who is the guy who went down? Was it Make Directory? It was Make Directory. Now he is up. I'm a little bit worried about him and his chest. So, Ver, you do not have the... yeah, you do. pick this up. Right. And then pick him up. Repair. So, we're gonna fix that guy up. It's all gonna be good. It's all good. So, these guys are on the walls. They will fuck people up if they get too close. We need someone on that one over there. That guy has a sword. Who? You. Grab. I think that's all of them. Don't see a body where all this blood is. Not entirely sure where all of these guys went down. Rank directory is decent with turns, but his chest is fucked up. You're decent with turns. Remove directory. 1, 2, 3. Alright. It's kind of funny. I'm just like hanging out here, and little by little, iron spiders are showing up and just fucking up everyone who's not us. And there's this, all of these mercenaries who are down, and all these cloud ninjas, and it's kind of crazy. Alright. So, who will be in the exploratory? Not you. You're okay enough. Okay. You guys will stay on hold. You guys hold off. Build the exploratory group. The job, if you choose to accept it, is to run around, look for paladins to kill. This would be paladins to kill, like that guy. I don't know why he's just sitting there. That guy dead yet? No. I could probably do something about him bleeding. Okay, take a lot of hits. Ooh, specialist grade. Where are you going? Oh, you're gonna go take out that guy. First aid. We don't want this guy to die yet on us. And that, we'll just leave that spider there for now. He'll get up later. Or he won't. It doesn't matter. He'll get up or he won't. And either option is fine. Alright. And is there anyone on the second floor? It doesn't look like it. Nothing on the second floor. Okay, anything to pick? Any locks? So last time, yeah, one of these was picked. So my two theories are either A, so this has an 1853 style blade, and it's a Guatemalan saber hilt. It's possible they Guatemalans went to France and were like, we need blades, we need hilts, we need this many blades, we need this many of this type of hilt, this many of that type of hilt, etc. And they just married blades to hilt, or maybe they had multiple suppliers, and some of their suppliers supplied blades, some of them supplied hilts. They didn't have a single supplier for everything. That's a possibility. It could be, they got the blades from the French military, and they got the hilts from a civilian, dealer, and not a military dealer. It's possible, right? Who knows? Um, so that's a theory. Another theory is that somebody at some point, I don't know who, took it apart. Probably a previous owner. And why they took it apart would be also pretty simple, because they wanted to repair it. And probably the wire, because the wire coming undone happens all the time. Mine currently has some wire that came undone at some point. That I was like, I want to repair this, but if I do repair this, I'm gonna have to like do some stuff, and I don't want to do this. I could do this. I don't understand why bot who's on hold chased that robot down to fight him. Okay, last kill. Get his stuff. Pick him up. Repair. So, I'm picking up a ton of broken machines. And the great thing about this is we can throw them in the jail cells and literally leave them there forever. Like, literally, if we need to. They will never starve. And then when we go back to them, they have like an internal timer being like, they won't talk to you until that timer is runs out. When the timer runs out, they'll talk to you and be like, hey, do you want to join? Who is this, the doctor? That's the doctor. Can't believe you're not dead. Uh, uh, wait, that guy has a sword. That's a different doctor. That's why you're not dead. There's somebody in this fucking wall. Okay. So, repair by somebody, either somebody who owned it, like me, or a dealer who, I mean, I guess the dealer does own it as well, but the dealer owns it for the purpose of eventually selling it. So they own it, but they own it for different reasoning. I don't know if that really matters, but it is a distinction. Um, let's see. No, come over here. That's where there'll be big swords. Maybe? Yes. That this. Also, this motherfucker is standing here. Like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be dead. get with the program here. Raw meat, bread, fabrics. Sure. I want that. Gears, why not? No. Cooked vegetables, grog. Alright. Sure. Vegetables. Rents. I probably shouldn't even bother with the rents, but whatever. Let's see the value of these. 41. You know what? I am not bothering with that. Sure. Anywho. So, could be, repaired by someone like me. It could be repaired by a dealer. It could be repaired by perhaps a museum who owned it. Or, some other body like that. Like, fuck. Hello. I did not expect you to be in here. Okay. I'm gonna fight you outside, where we can actually surround you and use our numbers well. Sure. Steal that. We don't want you getting up. Anywho. And it could be back in the day, for whatever reason, somebody took it apart. Either way, whoever took it apart did not do a very good job. So when they repeened it, and I'm assuming it's when they repeened it and not like it's always been this way, because that wouldn't make any sense at all, because it would have had like it has Klingonasol, the French factory that makes all the French swords. It's got a Klingonasol mark, so somebody in France made that sword, and if it came out of the factory all in one piece together like that, then it's the same factory that every French, well, one of the same factory that all the French swords come from. So, like, that doesn't make any sense. It'd be like if you go to, like, what's a good modern example? Who makes modern U.S. weaponry that people know who they are? Okay, Boeing, right? Boeing's made some stuff. If you got like a Boeing jet, you'd expect a Boeing jet to be up to the same standard as like the military's Boeing jet if you went to Boeing and bought something. You wouldn't expect it to be like literally not put together correctly, because like these people do it for like a ton of people. Like, they're super professional companies. Like, you expect a certain level of professionalism. Like, putting something together correctly, which is like literally your business model, is that specific thing. That you do that one specific thing, and that's it. So you think they'd be able to do that? You'd think so. And it, like, I own other swords from that exact same factory from similar time periods, and they're great. So I don't think the factory fucked it up. Because like it's super well documented. If they were shit, we would know. We would have lots of documents of like people complaining about it, because that's what they do when they get something and they find out it's not great. They complain. There's a hilariously famous document of a person complaining about, I think it was copper. From this old mine in like Babylon. I think it was a mine. Maybe it's not. I don't know. The point is, it's like this super old document is many thousands of years old, and they complain about the quality of some product in it. I get the feeling it was copper, but it has been so long, and I have so much random stuff stuck in my head about history. It's hard to keep it all straight sometimes. Anywho, people complaining, something like if something's great, you won't hear too much about it. If something's horrible, you'll hear a lot of stuff about it. There'll be lots of things recorded about how horrible this thing is. That's just human nature. We complain about things that are bad, which, makes sense. If there's a problem, you tell people about it in the hopes that it won't be a problem forever. That something will get done. It's not always the case, but you hope. Hope. Alright. Alright. You guys come over here. Who are you trying to shoot? Looks like it's someone over this way. I don't see who it is. Yeah, someone... Either you, it's not you. Someone really far this way. Maybe one of these guys. I don't know. Alright. We need an empty pack. Yes. Trade. Trade. So, I don't think the factory fucked it up. Like, that is not something that they would do. I think what's almost definitely, likely to have happened is an individual who was messing around with it messed it up. And that individual was probably messing around with it because the wire came loose, which is very common. Happens all the time. My wire came loose as well, like probably years later, right? The wire's loose. This is what happens. Wire is not super durable. A piece of it breaks somewhere, somewhen, and then it gets loose, and then you have like a loose bit of wires forever, basically, and it sucks. And the only fix to it, in this particular design with the backstrap, is to take the whole thing apart so that you can wrap new wire where the old wire was around the grip, because the backstrap is blocking off your access to it. If I have older models where you can access these parts and get in there, and that's not as much of a problem. You can wrap it up without disassembling. Different designs with no backstraps, which is great for repairing the damage. However, like I said earlier, it can cause other types of damage, which is annoying. There's no perfect, solution. Everything's trade-offs. It's always trade-offs. There's always something you get in exchange for something you lose. There's no perfect design. Or if there is, I haven't figured it out yet. And that's one of the things like a lot of people struggle with. They're always like, this sword is best because reasons. And in reality, no sword is best. They all have their own flaws. Sorry. Your sword is not perfect. My sword is not perfect. None of them are perfect. They all have... Well, one way to look at it is flaws. One way to look at it is they have their own strengths. But, nothing is good at everything. They all have, some negatives that come with the positive. Like, for instance, if you look at a British 1796, right? You can use it, what's the word? It's both left or right-handed. What's the word for that? You could use it in either hand, and it's basically the same either way. Fuck. It's not a word I use very often. I'm blanking. Anywho, it's like that. You can really use it with your left hand, you can use your right hand, and if you're left-handed or right-handed, it's identical. There is not a left-handed version or a right-handed version. The 1796 was replaced in Britain by the British 1821 or 22 like Calvary Saber. At least for the light cavalry, it was played for that. There's also other sabers for heavier cavalry, like the household cavalry, which people don't really talk about as much because there's like what I think 1 or 2 units of household cavalry, like ever at a time, something like that. There's not a whole lot of them. They're like specialty cavalry. Anywho, the specialty cavalry did not get out much. I mean, they got out when during important stuff, but like they were less well known. They got used, but like a lot of times it'd probably be like 1 or 2 at home. They had I don't remember how this works, but there's the household cavalry and then there's the lifeguards. And I think there are household cavalry who are lifeguards, and it's like the same like there's a big group of household cavalry, and some of those households are also lifeguards. And the lifeguards' duty was to guard the life of the royal household. So you'd have like the king's guard, basically. They guard the king, or they guard the queen, or they guard whatever. And there'd be like different groups assigned to different royal family members, and their job was to guard that royal family member. And that was like these people would guard that person, the person would guard that person. It was like that's how they did royal guard back in the day. There's no secret service. There's no whatever. It's just this group of cavalry, and it was always cavalry because cavalry was a more elite thing. Like you just go all the way back to like knights, right? Like Knights of the Round Table or whatever. Like still around, still well, kind of in a way. We still have knights, but back in the day, they were heavy cavalry, at least, usually. Not always. And it was like a prestigious thing, and usually the cavalry would be richer people. And that's something where eventually they had military reforms, but cavalry was still considered like a higher class stuff. And the more wealthy nobles would choose to be cavalry a lot of the time. And, well, I mean, like nobles would be officers, but they'd be cavalry officers. When World War One happened, like quite a long time later, right? Whole lot of time in between World War One and like the military reforms of like the 18th century, being like, we need a proper military that's not feudal. Yeah, all right. A lot of time in between. Okay, good. Okay, do that. All right. Okay. Okay. Like that. Yes. All right. So a lot of time in between World War One, right? And fucking okay. But you don't even have a weapon. What am I worried about? Nothing apparently. Now you're all running after someone. You also don't have a weapon. Alright. This is taking forever. We are now switching gears. So, World War One, over half of the generals were cavalry, with significantly less than half of the military, the army, was cavalry. It was just the people who ended up being generals were often people who came from families of influence of power, like a noble, right? And if you could, you'd use influence and power to get to be cavalry, and then because like, of course you would, because that's the way it's always been for like ever, for a long time. And then cavalry became tanks, and that sort of changed a bit. Not completely, but less so. But that was sort of like the culture back in the day. Being cavalry was considered like being if you had two equal like officers, right? The like rank wise, the cavalry officer was higher rank, basically. And it also made some logical sense. It wasn't completely this like, because knights or whatever. If you're on a horse, you can move around quicker, right? And if you can move around quicker as a commander of a military group, right, then that's better. Because mobility is good. Manhunt. Hello. Are you enslaving the paladin? Oh, you guys are gonna get in so much trouble. And I'm not gonna stop you. Go ahead. Enslave them. Do it. Use the dark side. Let go of your anger. Alright. So this is just hilarious. Of all people. You guys are going to go to war with the Holy Nation because you can't help yourself but to enslave them. That's kind of funny. Like, is he's in a coma. Okay. There. Who else is hanging around in a coma? Uh, that, yeah, you don't have a sword. You do, but you're a mercenary. You're a paladin. You don't have a sword. And a dead Cloud Ninja. Well, he's dead. No one will miss his gear. I'll be taking that. Will this fit? It will, but I need to move some things. You're enslaving a mercenary. Well, you do you. You be your evil piece of shit self. Have fun with that. We're busy killing folk who need to be killing. Is that guy dead? He is not. He's a slave now. That's the same. Anyway, so sword. He should not have that. Um, Also, Deep. How are you doing? You have space. Also carrying a robot. That's fine. Everyone else on hold? Yeah, yeah. Fight this doctor man. Show him you have become good at fighting. 2 blocks. Ooh, 3, 4. Nice. 5. We got what? 4 hits? 5 hits? Oof. 6 hits. You win. Yeah. Only took minimal damage. Look at that. Look at that. Beep is number 1. Alright. So, lots of medical stuff. Lots of medical stuff. Alrighty. We need to go trade with, like, what, Clarion? Huh. This could be a problem. Okay. Trade with Jolteon. good news is even though it's all stolen from the same person or the same people or whatever organization. So it'll all stack. Anyway, we'll do it. All right. Here's press grog. Here's grog. Break. Hens, splints. First aid, medical supplies, first aid, splint, first aid, splint. Anywho. Boot. So. Probably taken apart to, fix the wire. Best guess, but it is a guess. Don't know for sure. And I'm pretty good at guessing these things, but I could be wrong. You never know. Let's see. This is not ideal. What I'm thinking is this does not make sense. Alright. Anyway, that's my working theory. But at this point, there's no way to prove it. But I know it's not been dropped once while it's been here. I know that I've got photos of it, like the day it arrived, and it's in identical condition as then. And it hasn't fallen off since, and it just fell off now, just picking it up off the wall. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for there to be, like, maybe it was damaged recently type thing. Because I know it wasn't, and I know it was hanging on, but it's hanging on just barely. And what I have been doing is periodically wiping it clean with mineral oil, which is safe for wood, it's safe for horn, it's safe for grass, it's safe for all sorts of things. This is part of why I like to use it, because it's safe for so many things. I don't have to worry about, it conflicting with fill in the blank. I know it'll be okay. I will take the food from you and then go to Jolteon, who will then take this food. Actually, I won't take that. I will put in the medicine. And I'll try Eevee. That's not gonna fit. Let's try Jumpion. Oh, that's Umbreon, not Jumpion. Whatever. That's not gonna fit. Could try to, like, clear some space. Maybe get 5 of them in here. Sylveon. You know what? Glaceon. How do I do this again? I don't know if I can. I do that, put in 5, then dump the shitty meds, then go over to Sylveon, And dump this. Yeah. And yeah, dump the shitty meds. Can't dump that. Go back to Jolteon, grab a decent one. That's stolen from Surgeon. Oh, something not stolen from Surgeon. That one? That one. This is stolen. Alright. Okay. Espeon. Can take the food. Take the food. Leave you and go to Jolteon trade. Alright. So I know it wasn't damaged recently. I know it's been at least a couple years. And there didn't appear to be any damage in shipping. The box was in perfect condition. My best guess has been like that for a very long time. And maybe the mineral oil helped loosen it enough because it is a lubricant that it was just slipped off. Because it's been continually mineral oiled every 3 to 4 months for years and years and years. So maybe this built up a mineral oil that loosened it enough that it could slip out. Maybe. That's just my theory. A game series. Anywho. That's my best guess. Alright, which one of you is not stolen from the surgeon? You're all stolen from the surgeon. You're the stolen. Okay. And then I'll keep these. I'll get rid of those, but not with you, with somebody else. You don't have room. You don't want it. I might have putting some stuff on him. Or him. No. No. You won't fit. Maybe. Okay. So that'll fit. We'll take you. Take you. Why won't... Okay. Whatever. I could put this right back. Paladin. Polytechnical. Weird. Okay. So that's something. So probably this came loose from all the oil over time. Plus, it originally, well, at some point somebody took it apart and didn't do a very good job. Probably not the factory. Quinganasol, pretty well-known factory. The blade is marked Quinganasol. The hilt is not marked anything at all. This is extremely unusual for, well, quite a few things, but it's extremely unusual for antique fronts saber styles to not be made by one of the factories. A high, like, Quinganasol, the Chatero, like, they almost always were made in Quinganasol or Chatero or, fuck, what's the other one called? I have one right here. Fuck. Light on. Oh, how do I say this? My French is horrible. Saint Antoine. There's more to it, but Saint Antoine is close enough. And other French words that are like hard and also in cursive and also like 150 years of, rust and stuff. So Not easy to read. It's better than it was. Alright, so this is the armory. It looks like he has been pin-cushioned and he is dying. Interesting. Interesting. Lots of stuff in here to loot. And we do have their, what's the word? Yes, I am a thief, and you are not going to do shit about it, or you're dead. I am robbing the Holy Nation. They're fucking assholes. They would literally murder you for being a robot, and you are not going to do anything about it, or you're dead. Savvy? I hate dead. You're probably not going to be dead. I'll probably just, like, beat you up and take you home and put you in a cage and say, hey, you're gonna join me. Alright? 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 Until you join me. Oh, but kill you. Alrighty. So, this is going pretty good. We've beaten everyone. We've taken all their things, looting all their stuff. We took out another one of their high inquisitors. Yes. Gotten some good gear. Like, this is going good. I'm happy. He is lightweight. You're next. Achilles. Achilles. Okay. Gears, more gears. Splint. Fabric. Splint. I'll do this. Garbage. I'll take that one. 6. Okay, yeah, they're both good. First aid. I think I'm gonna leave the statues of the Emperor. That can. We don't need those. Alright. Yes. 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 Yeah, I guess. No, no. Sure. No. I'll take that one. Yes, 590. Very good. 4. Okay. Um. Hmm. Hmm. Fuck. Well. Down, down. Put this here, and then one of those in. You know what, this is gonna be better weight. That's 3. I need a 4. Weighs 10. I could also just do this. Weighs 6. Weighs 6. Weighs 6. That weighs 1. That's not gonna work. That weighs 6. That weighs 1. That weighs 2. Okay. It's not perfect, but I think probably, if not the best we're going to do, pretty much the best we're going to do for Achilles weight-wise, and he's running at 16. That's enough. Alright. Long cleaver, plank, long cleaver, plank, long cleaver. Horse dropper, iron stick. Alright, good enough. spot. So that's what I think happened. Oil plus somebody took it apart at some point to repair it, and they didn't do a very good job, which is why a lot of times when people are like, hey, Fred, by the way, should I take apart this thing? It's not in perfect condition. I could fix this little tiny problem. I'm usually going to say no. Usually. I am a lot of times people will fuck it up. And I don't feel comfortable telling like a novice who's like, I have one sword that I got from my great great grandparents, and I've never done sword repair, I've never done metalwork before, and I want to take my sword apart that's, very, very old at this point to repair this, the wire. Where you might do it right. You might not do it right. If you do it wrong, bad things could happen, like it falling apart. If it falls apart when you're swinging it, the blade could go flying and kill someone. Thankfully, that didn't happen because I just don't swing my fucking swords around like that when they're antiques because, shit happens. Like sometimes this 150-year-old sword, the blade just falls out. I mean, it didn't, but the, the the peen falls out, and in theory, the only thing keeping the grip on at this point is this. It's been on for so long; it's a little bit stuck on, and that's it. There's nothing else, and it could just fall off at any time, and it just hasn't yet. But that could change. I do want. Pick. Stops. Armored by who? Who's alive to raise an alarm? Gears, meat. Fine. Alright. Yep. Yeah, that is a problem. Not the best for like weight distribution wise, but that'll do. Yeah, lightweight. So at this point to repair it, first thing I do is, since it's already apart, I need to fix the wire because I have a chance to fix the wire because it's already apart and there's no additional damage I can do because it's already apart. So somewhat of a blessing in disguise because this means I can take the wire and like redo it because like wire breaks, especially when it's brass wire and especially when, 100 something years of history, wear and tear. A little tiny wire that's like not that thick and it can break. It happens. Life. And this is an opportunity to fix it, and it's an opportunity to fix it where, like, there is no fault. I did not, take it apart. It just happened by its own. For real, I'm being serious, not messing with you. It literally just happened on its own. That doesn't happen very often. Lots and lots of swords, many years, it's never happened to me before. I've never had a sword just fall apart in my hands like that. I've had swords I bought in pieces, but I've never had one do that. So that's interesting. That's the first. So Ridley is heavy because he's carrying person. And Ridley needs to put you down, and someone else will carry person. Pick up. Alrighty. So we have actually we gotta go this way. So we have raided Okran's shield, and what we want to do next is head over here to Hang or Stoat, and we want to turn some people in. We want. Who are you people? You are ninjas. You're attacking me. Are you serious? Why are you attacking me? We're going to put you on hold and run over here. And you're going to either chase me or you're not going to chase me. You're chasing me. That's gay. Why are you chasing me? You're criminals, according to these people. We're criminals, according to these people. Why can't we just get along? Why do we have to fight? What do you got against me? You know what? If I just leave, will you leave me alone and heal your people? No, you won't. You will chase. Well, if you didn't chase, I would have just let you heal your people. Now, I'm going to take you out and loot your stuff. And he's going to die. He is going to die because you decided to chase me. Oh well. I'm going to take this. That's actually really nice. Let's pause this for a second. Oh, that is nice. So he is a cloud ninja, and he's not missing any limbs. Yes. These guys have surprisingly valuable gear on them. He is already dead. Well, maybe that's why you're so upset. But you know what? You attacked me. I didn't attack you. I was gonna let you guys go. I was gonna leave, be like, whatever. And you attacked. Should not have done that. Anywho, so we go near one of the Empire things, run in with that one guy, drop him off, run away. Nice and quick. Although, we're probably going to do that in a different episode. So, finish this off, finally finish the story. Keep going on rabbit trails about this, that, and whatever. But, redo the wire, I have that opportunity. Going to clean everything all up because I can now clean inside various places that are normally hard to reach. And put everything back together and repaint it, and it'll be not as good as new, but it will look as if it's never been fucked with. And the wire grip will all be done with the same type of wire, wrapped the same way, done, exactly right. And brass wire doesn't rust, it doesn't get a patina quite the same way, it does tend to get dirty. But, what can you do? We are pretty full. It would be nice if the Empire would be happy with us and not upset. And we could just go there and sell all of our stuff and turn in that guy. It would somewhat be nice, but not worth paying them all the bounties. Anywho. So, in the next episode, we will do that. Who has... Alrighty, who has the Inquisitor? Who has the Inquisitor? Is it Beep? Is it Robo Boop? I don't think it's Beep. Is it Achilles? No. It's not Hammett. What the fuck, Hammett? What the fuck? Where did he go? Where did Gorilla go? No! No! Did we drop him at some point? Oh. No. When did that happen? We have kidnapped the High Inquisitor. That's not good. Half the bodies aren't even here anymore. Please tell me he's still here. Yep. The 100 Guardians showed up. Hello, Shaq. Do I see... I don't see him running around somewhere. Where are you going? You are a gate guard. Yeah. What happened? And now everything's gone. And all the doors are locked and I can't go in there. Because they took over and they're like, no, you're not allowed in the place you just literally conquered by yourself. And I don't see him anywhere. At some point, I must have held right click too long and it put him down. It completed the put down command. Can I talk to somebody? Can I open the door? Will they let me? They do. They will. Okay. We are their allies. They let me open the door. That's good. Meaning we can come in here and use that travel gear place to sell some things. They like me, apparently. Oh, right, because Beep is the one who turned in the guy. Beep is the favorite. I am Beep, and Beep is the favorite. And all is good. Alright. So, we can sell them some of this stuff. I have to go recapture him. I've been holding him so long, and now I have to go recapture him because he escaped. It took too long. That's gonna take forever. That is so depressing. Like, just even think about like how long has he been carried at this point? Like, how many episodes have we been carrying him? This is episode 40. God damn it. We've been carrying him for so long. Just accidentally drop him because of, no, bad game design. Why is it telling me? I don't know. Giving me stealing fence warnings on stuff that I shouldn't be getting warnings on. I'm not going to sell the iron. The iron we need. And you're out of money. That is just so frustrating. This is open. This is open. Can I have, like, Robo-Boop come in here? Do they have a jail? Do you have a jail? You do not. Shit. They don't have a jail in here. Where'd they have a jail? Maybe in here. Beep, I think, would be the one to turn in the prisoner. Fucking hell, Hammett. You let him down. Put down. Pick up. Beep. Oh. That's so frustrating. Move. Get out of the way. That guy. Looking glass. Looking glass has 157,000 cat because he captured and assaulted that guy. They were going for him. Let's talk to you. Can I just tournament immediately? Nothing. Alright, I'm gonna walk in here. That's all destroyed. This one has prison cells. This is the barracks. You know what? I'm not gonna turn it in here. New plan. We're gonna go back to the Czech Kingdom to turn them in the right way. Fuck. He got stuck. Pick up. Pick up. Oh, well. That's annoying. But, you know what? That's life. Stuff happens. Sometimes it's extremely frustrating. We have done our quest for the day. We have captured Valentia, High Inquisitor. We will turn him in for a bounty with the Czech Kingdom. All is good with the world. But until then, this has been episode 40. To be continued. See you tomorrow. Bye.